And you're welcome to Athenry on the second day of the weekend, the second of the double headers, if you like, of the Forvis Mazars Galway Senior Hurling Championship quarterfinals. Niall Canavan is with me here at pitchside. We talked about Storm Amy on Friday, big time now. We talked about Storm Amy yesterday for the first two quarterfinals. Still remnants of Amy here, nice breeze.
Nice breeze, in fairness, and it's much the same breeze as yesterday, but in fairness, the pitch held up brilliantly yesterday by all accounts, and I was talking to a couple of people who were in Pearse Stadium as well yesterday, and that pitch was in great nick as well, so it's just a testament, I suppose, to the drainage systems that both pitches have in place at the moment. Grass cut here this morning as well. Obviously there was a good there was a good coat of grass on it yesterday, but it's freshly cut today as well, but still in great nick, it must be said, and we're looking forward to two big games here this afternoon.
We certainly are. The first one that we'll bring in quite soon now is St Thomas's against Tommy Larkins. Two teams, I mean, St Thomas's 8 county championships in the recent past, know how to get this done. We're beaten last year at the semi-final stage by Capitagal, taking on Tommy Larkins that need to get over this quarter-final kind of hoodoo almost.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get over the quarter-final. They have been perennial quarter-finalists, but unfortunately in all those quarter-finals they have come up short, and in fairness they may have drawn the short straws again with regard to the quarter-finals, in the sense that they're coming up against a rejuvenated St Thomas's team, in fairness, you know, who in this year's championship have won their 3 group games, won the first 2 quite comfortably, but finished very, very strongly to beat Athenry. That was a big game themselves in Athenry here. It's at 4 weeks ago now at this stage, and they got Fintan Burke back on the field. I know Keane Mahoney's back in the country as well. They're in the Junior A final as well after yesterday, so there's a good momentum within the club again, and when you have Conor Cooney and David Burke and Fintan Burke and all these guys playing, Éanna Burke, you know, he'll always score his 4 or 5 points from play. You know, you're going to be a serious opposition. And then for Larkins, they got through the preliminary quarter-finals there 2 weeks ago. Jason Flynn back on form, in the sense that he got 7 points in the last group game against Doran Mulmurray, got 6 the last day, 11 from play and 2 from frees. They'll be looking to him, they'll be looking to Ronan Murphy. Conor Gardner in at the edge of the square as well now, you know, has played very, very well as well. And of course they have Keane Daniels playing at centre back and Éanna Murphy in goal. If you take a barometer, in the sense that this time last year Tommy's beat St Thomas's, and both of them have played the group, and both of them have played Athenry as well, and both of them have beaten Athenry. Tommy's won it, I think, by 11 points. Thomas has won by 3, but if you're looking at it that way, you'd be saying Tommy's to win, but you're coming up against St Thomas's, and they're going to be rightly favourites. And I'd be thinking Thomas's might have too much for Tommy's today, but you don't know. Anything can happen on any given day and any given game.
It'll be live here on Stream Sport in association with Galway GA TV and Galway BFM. Join us in a few minutes for the throw-in. And you're very welcome here to Kenny Park in Athenry, where the scene is set for the Forvis Mazars Galway Senior Hurling Championship quarter-final. The third of the quarter-final sees Tommy Larkins and St Thomas's do battle, both operating this afternoon in different jerseys, because the colour clash that ensues. Tommy Larkins to our left-hand side are in the black jersey with a kind of a hoop on it, while to our right are the St Thomas's team in the largely blue jersey with the red piping. Andy Cohen is on co-commentary. Big game for both teams, Andy.
Big game, Sean, and as I said earlier on tonight, it's money where your mouth is time now for Tommy Larkins to finally make this big hoodoo that they have up in East Galway about getting over the quarter-finals. For St Thomas's, I suppose, just to get back on the horse again now, and they'll be glad to be back in this situation again, a quarter-final knockout games where they really relish. And look, as I keep saying, they've had that bit of a break now, and they're looking forward to getting going again.
They certainly are. We'll start then with the St Thomas's team, and We know that the St. Thomas's team is lining out a 1 to 15 per hour programme. Gerard Kelly is in goal. The full back line is David Cherry, Fintan Burke and John Head. Evan Duggan, Shane Cooney and Conor Head are in defence. David Burke will anchor the midfield, and up front a lot of focus as always will be on Conor Cooney. So often the key performer. He's hit 132 in the championship so far. Darren Farrell has really come into the championship this season and made his mark for St. Thomas's, who of course are coming off the 1 month off from coming through their group. The St. Thomas's team, as we say, will be playing in that predominantly navy blue jersey. For Tommy Larkins then, the Tommy Larkins team to the left hand side as we look out from our commentary position here in Kenny Park. The Larkins team have one change from the team that was selected, with number 17 Keith Durbin starting the contest for Keane Duggan. Éanna Murphy has been the Galway goalkeeper, indeed played in the Leinster final this year for the Galway team. That defence has been watertight throughout the championship. Keane Daniels has certainly caught the eye at centre half back, with Colin Flynn a very able wing back, and in defence Cathal too. He had been very good at full back, with the two Nevins, Conor and Owen very much to the fore as well. The rest of the team depends on the likes of Conor Gardner, who has very good under a high ball. Ronan Murphy has been the dynamo of the team, and Jason Flynn has really lit it up in the last two championship matches. For a team, I suppose, Andy, looking at it from the Larkins point of view, this quarter-final, I won't say hoodoo in many ways, but it's like as if they just need to get over that, isn't it?
They do. It's surely at this stage in their own heads, because when it comes to the quality of a player, there's no doubt that Tommy Larkins have it in abundance.
Yes.
It's just to kind of, I suppose, settle the occasion and make sure that they get going. Last year probably would have been a big disappointment against Clanbridge. No, obviously elements were very poor on the day, but look, they have the players to do it. It's just to literally get over it. I think they won't overly, not that they won't fear Tommy St. Thomas's, but I think they'll relish the battle that it's going to be as well too. It's going to be physical, and I think that they might be looking to say, right, look, finally today is the day. We've had enough of waiting and we need to do it.
This is the fourth quarter final in 5 years. They've lost the previous three. The one common denominator, though, that you're saying there in 2021, 2022 and 24, they lost to Clarenbridge. So at least it's a different team. Often a team has a difficulty with another team, so maybe this will open it up. On the other side, I mean, the record for the last 16 years for St. Thomas's, 8 county final appearances in that period, 2010 to 2025, all won, including a 6 in a row. There have been in 4 county semi-finals in that period, 1 quarter-final, 2 preliminary quarter-finals. They just really know how to get the job done.
They do, in fairness. Like, you just have to, their roll of honour, as I said, goes well before them at this stage, and what they've done since 2012, since they won that maiden title. But look, for Tommy Larkins, that doesn't buy you credit today either. At the same time, they have to go out now. St. Thomas's have to make sure that they use that break they've had, that they're going to come back fresh, and look, at Tommy Larkins have to match it, and it really has to happen now.
Fintan Burke returns. We saw him coming in the latter stages of the last group game win a month ago over Athenry. John Head back as well. There's a kind of familiarity now about the St. Thomas's team. Keane Mahoney, we believe, is wearing 31, so they're getting the band back together, aren't they?
They're all back together, but there's another thing for me is that St. Thomas's are now qualified for the Junior A county final as well too, so you actually have 2 squads there now at home and training during the week, and both of them are hopping off each other, trying to push on. Some are trying to make their name at Junior A, some are trying to get the step up to senior to stake a claim on that starting team as well. So when you have that kind of dynamic in a club, it's obviously making for big returns and going a long way into the championship. So look at Thomas's are going to be Thomas's. They'll be here.
The wind will be a factor. Just looking at Larkins as well, I mean, Ronan Murphy has been key to what they'll be doing. Will he sit deep, Andy? Will he attack? But Jason Flynn has been the quality forward. Some of the scores he's been getting have been unbelievable. We assume that St. Thomas's will have a plan for him.
You'd assume they will, and look, I'd say Tommy Larkins can't afford really to sit back too early. They'll have to go for it and see, and look at if they have to change things around, bring Ronan back that little bit further, and I suppose the wind will play a big factor in as well too. But look, it's going to be an exciting game. Talk
about the wind now. St. Thomas's have the wind in this opening half. Now, or there's could be a change, isn't it? No. St. Thomas's do have the wind in this opening half. How big a factor is that? Well, I
guess they have to make most use of it. Tommy Larkins have to batten in now and try and survive, not give away any majors, especially coming towards half time, make it easier on themselves, and then use the win themselves in the second half.
Seems to be a change on the St. Thomas's team. James Regan starts, David Cherry doesn't start. That wasn't what we were told at the start, but James Regan comes into the team, but he was very, very good against Athenry. the last day, so more than earned his place. Ball is in, first real stalemate bite for possession, won by Colin Flynn. Colin Flynn is tackled high coming out, and Conor Quinlan is the match referee this afternoon. The linesman on this side of the field here is John McDonough, and on the far side of the field is David Staunton. So first free of the afternoon then is to St Thomas's, and James Regan has been in great form for St Thomas's. He's in that full forward line.
It is, his experience alone is going to be the danger. He just cannot afford to let him get that ball into his hand. I see there Thomas has started hit big hits there to start to end up work, but a good win, good free for Colin Flynn to settle them into it.
So then the sharpshooter on the frees for Tommy Larkins all season has been Kevin McHugo. He's come into this game with 1 goal and 23 points. First free then of the afternoon into the breeze. McHugo strikes it well, it's on its way, but then it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. That breeze is a factor, no doubt.
Put a lot of loft on that, Sean, probably carried away at the end, a bit too high.
So Gerard Kelly then measured puck out to Damien McGlynn. Has that right leg heavily bandaged, but he was very impressive here against Athenry. Ball breaks, Conor Cooney is on it in that deep lying role. Conor Cooney gets a nice hand pass after Damien McGlynn. Lovely little pass, well worked by the men of St Thomas's. John Head striking with the breeze behind him, and John Head puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide as well.
Like I said, Sean, Ronan Murphy is starting to sit. I suppose now that they're against the wind, they've decided to pull him back that little bit more, but whoever is going to sit back there, they need to pick up Conor Cooney, so he can't afford to be going out that far to getting that ball as easy as he did.
As he plays that deep line role so well, doesn't he, Conor Cooney? Ian Murphy's puck out, goes for distance, goes to the wing forward position. Up goes McHugo. Well taken though by Darren Farrell. Darren Farrell is fouled, and that'll be a free out for St Thomas's. If there's one team that can manage the month off, it's St Thomas's, Andy, isn't it?
They're well used to it, yeah. Darren Farrell did very well. He met that ball very high and got it to ground and stopped it from going through.
He seems to be operating in the half-back line as well. And now comes Gerard Kelly to take this free then. He's already scored 1 free in the championship. He'd probably fancy this, will he?
Surely he is.
I think he's other things in his mind though with the way he hit that. Yeah, overhit it, and it goes as far as Ronan Murphy. 2 minutes in then. St Thomas is in the largely blue jersey as Ronan Murphy comes up along the line. Ball doesn't go over the line. Tommy Larkins in the predominantly black strip with the red hoop. John McDonough is the linesman there, indicating that ball went out over the line. No, was there something happened there?
There's a bit of a strike there, Sean, I think, from possibly Dara Burke. Ronan Murphy had the ball in his hand. And
I don't know, was there a lot in it now either, to be fair.
There was overly.
I see that both teams are very much up for this. Now Kelly has got a yellow card. I think the St Thomas's manager, as Conor Quinlan, comes in again to chat. And certainly the last place, Andy, you need the first instance of the game to happen is right on the sideline in front of the two dugouts. Yeah.
I suppose Ronan tried to carry the ball initially past Dara Burke to get out there from that poor pass from Gerald Kelly, but might want to move the ball a little bit quicker the next time.
Conor Quinlan is talking to David Staunton, the linesman. The fourth official is Martin Flaherty as well from the Caltra club. Ronan Murphy is back on his feet anyway. Ian Burke is standing there with the hurdle line on the hurdle, as if to say, when you make up your minds, I'll be ready to take the line ball if I get it. Conor Quinlan is now going in. He's going, and again, it's just taking a bit of time, Andy, isn't it? In terms of
like there's just that 3 minutes gone in the game now, and just finding their feet really is what it is, and it's kind of to slow it right down to 0 again and try and get it going in a minute.
Yeah, Dara Burke is being spoken to by Conor Quinlan. We'll see, will a card ensue? I suppose the one team this would suit would be Tommy Larkins, because you're eating into the time that they're playing, that their opponents are playing with the breeze. So it's a stiff warning for Dara Burke.
Surely a yellow, I'd say. He wouldn't have delayed too long now if it was going to be the other colour. So
or else he's taking his address and a few things or whatever like that. Yeah, yellow card.
Okay, let's go again.
Yeah, let's go again is right. So Ian Burke to take the line ball. What are the odds? 4 minutes 20 seconds gone. Not all of action. A super strike from the sideline cut from Ian Burke that goes into the goalkeeper. Ian Murphy takes it down well.
Well held out from Conor Nevin now, in fairness, let it through to Murphy. Good back there.
Jason Flynn allows Conor Cooney to go to that ball, wins it. John Head up in the attacking position, gets away from 2 would-be comers. That's his second shot at the post this afternoon. The second one goes wide.
Yeah, it's a bit wasted now from John Head. Like I said, it's his second one of the game so far, very early on, just looking for scores. I suppose they need to take their chances as well too with the wind. They can't be that wasteful really in the general run of the game. He seems to be picking up Jason Flynn as well too, I see here.
5 minutes gone in the opening half as Aidan Murphy's puck out goes to the same side of the field again. Jason Flynn allows it to break through. Well taken on the swivel there by Conor Slattery, starting this afternoon for Tommy Larkins. Gets the ball inside. Kevin gets a nice touch inside to Adrian Moran, but well defended there by Fintan Burke. Fintan Burke ends up on the ground, but he's okay. Gets the ball back then to Conor Head, and Conor Head plays a nice ball into Dara Burke. Dara Burke being fouled there by Conor Hanley. That will be a free for St. Thomas's.
Yeah, good play there in fairness from Conor Head, and that's one thing that's always stood out to me with Thomas's over the years, their ability to give that short pass in such close quarters. Like they're confident in giving that pass, and they'd worked up eventually and got a good free.
Now he's gone over to the other sideline to David Staunton as well. There's 5:41 gone on the clock, Andy, but I don't think we've played 5:40 in terms of this opening half.
Percentage is only around 40%, I'd say, of the game. The time gone so far, but look, at the same time, it's very stop-startish for a game that's not. It seems to be with a sideline mentor there, possibly. But
absolutely. We saw 4 Crockwell men picking up red cards on the sideline. That was the management team yesterday in the opening quarter-final. So, free. Interest Conor Cooney back well inside his own 65-metre line with a strong breeze behind him. Looks to be on its way straight over the bar. We finally got the first score of this quarter final. 6 minutes in, Conor Cooney.
Great score, Sean. It's free taker time of the year as well too. The value of them heading into these games with the conditions that they're facing. But look, at no bother to them, it just shows you the importance of a good free taker.
Thomas seemed to have pushed up on Larkins, not giving them the option to go short, as Aidan Murphy was well again to go to the half-forward line on the far side of the field. Well taken by Kevin McHugh. Gets the ball inside to Adrian Moran for the second time. Back covering him in that deep-lying role is Conor Cooney, picked up by the brother Shane Cooney. Shane gets that pass off then to Evan Duggan, and Evan Duggan plays a nice ball, but it comes out of the hand of Dara Burke. That allows Jason Flynn to get on the ball, his first right possession. Playing the half-back line, blocked down there, and that ball will go out over the line.
No, Tommy Larkins will be very happy, Sean, so far. Obviously, we've had the stop starts in the game, like we were saying, but they've settled into it. They obviously need a couple of scores now to get moving further. But for 5 heading for 10 minutes gone in the game, they'll be happy to just settle down.
You'd have to say that this deep lying role that Conor Cooney plays that so well, doesn't he? He goes back to help the defence, and then right now he's pushing up again as they have an attacking or possibly an attacking opportunity.
And as I was saying, if Ronan Murphy is going to be sitting back there, then they have the option of covering that run with Conor Cooney. They can allow for an extra defender to run out there and close down Conor Cooney, because if you don't, his radar alone from the freeze and from play, he's going to punish you.
Evan Duggan was the man that stopped that initially. Fintan Burke then plays a lovely ball out to Aidan Burke. Aidan Burke, lovely stick pass into the hand of Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney off the left, puts it high, puts it over the bar. Lovely score.
See, you cannot afford, Sean. That's what's going to crucify Tommy Larkins, is that Conor Cooney gets that freedom to run across and make that option for Aidan Burke. They have to close him down.
So 2 points to no score then. Be interesting, what are they doing with Conor Cooney?
He seems to be midfield at the minute. He's marking Adrian Moran at the minute for Tommy Larkins, so he seems to be, I suppose, probably sitting out there purposely.
Shane Cooney ends up on the deck. Was that a challenge to the head? Jason Flynn is there, but I think Conor Quinlan is given the signal with what he's saying is it was a shoulder to shoulder high up though.
I think a little bit more on the dramatic side possibly from that one.
Gives us a chance to say best wishes to Louise Naughton and Brian Kane, who got married yesterday in Lacca. They're home from Perth to get married. I think there's day 2 is on today, so to Louise Naughton, anyone who knows Jerry Naughton, that's the daughter, and Brian Kane, anyone who knows the kit manager with Turlough will know that's the dad of Brian Kane. So to Louise and Brian, we wish them all the best of luck as that free goes over the bar. The margin is stretching out. 3 points to no score. Conor Cooney again. I
suppose even with the breeze, St. Thomas seem to be keeping possession and working those shorter passes better than Tommy Larkins, who need to be doing it against the breeze more so.
Nearly 9 minutes gone. Aidan Murphy was a bit slow at the puck. Interesting that Gerard Kelly was kind of coming out to cut off an option to him down the field. Could afford to do that against the breeze, as Conor Hanley deemed to have overcarried that one into contact, and that's going to be free again. And all of these frees, Andy, are handing scoring opportunities to St. Thomas's.
They're adding up, and the problem is coming from the option for the puck out. Aidan Murphy doesn't really have. I think they could do it, probably pulling Conor Garden a little bit out to the half-forward line, or setting up a bit of space and more open for a 1-on-1 for possibly Jason Flynn as well, and try and get a clear option there, because they seem to be kind of lending it down into traffic at the minute.
And see off the camera here, Gerald Kelly is actually out in the number 7 position, trying to cut off options, it seems, as Conor Cooney takes the free, and Conor Cooney puts it straight over the bar. You cannot afford to give this man those scoring opportunities.
No, he's going to nail them time and time again, Sean, and as the championship gets higher stakes, he'll definitely score them. But it's interesting to see Gerald Kelly here in the covering the left half back position.
He probably can do it against the breeze, because he knows the ball won't beat him. Again, Dara Burke wins the Larkins puck out, but eventually it breaks to Jason Flynn. Jason Flynn in the centre forward channel looks to see what his options are. Throws it over the head of Éanna Burke. No freezes the referee. Conor Cooney's on the ball again. Larkins giving the ball away a little bit too easy there. Shane Cooney gets it off to Éanna Burke. Lovely touch by Éanna Burke. Strike from standing on the sideline in towards the goal. The shout is given. James Regan certainly kept Conor Neville, I think it was, honest there. The ball broke kindly into the path of Éanna Murphy, who gets it out to the midfield sector to Conor Hanley. Conor Hanley has 3 Thomas's men around him, but does well to offload the pass then to Owen Nevin. And Owen Nevin gets it into Conor Slattery. Conor Slattery, first real ball in what we'd say the scoring zone. Conor Slattery off the left hand side, striking into the goal. That's a good strike off the left hand side. Larkins are finally off the mark 10 minutes in.
Well, it's a good score, Sean, for the simple reason the ball was moved into the inside line straight away. Now I know they're against the breeze, Tommy Larkins, but there is space in front of the St Thomas's full back line. They need to move that ball quicker. That ball that Jason Flynn carried a minute ago, it's just slowing the game down too much.
Great puck out to Damien McGlynn, who went back to John Head, who quickly fires it up to the other side of the field for Victor Manzo. Puts up the left hand, and when the left hand goes up, we know it's gone over the bar. Good score.
Lovely score, Sean. Took it down himself, did all the hard work, and lovely flick into his hand. Tight space, good finish, good score to get himself going.
And a very well taken and quick puck out from Gerard Kelly. 5 points to 1 then. 11 minutes in, Éanna Murphy looks upfield again. The short one is not an option as he goes to that crowded area, well caught out of the air there by Conor Hanley, and Conor Hanley then moves it quickly into the one-man full forward line. Now that's Conor Slattery, does awful well over Conor Head, wins it. Conor Slattery turning onto his right hand side. Conor Slattery looks to be in the mood. Good score.
That is a super score, Sean. He took it head, turned on his right hand side initially, but then swung back over to his left straight away.
And again the puck out goes quickly to Dara Burke. Dara Burke for St Thomas's out the country. That ball goes inside the post. The response by St Thomas is very impressive and very quick with the puck out.
Very quick, and Tommy Larkins are not cutting off that quick puck out to restart it.
Both sides have been quite efficient so far. As there's a free out on Cormac Hanley. We've had the Whites tally is 2 for St Thomas's, 1 for Tommy Larkins, but 6 points for St Thomas's after 12 minutes. And Tommy Larkins 2, free into Tommy Larkins. Yeah,
they just seem to that little bit more efficient around the middle for me, and they're giving themselves way more options for outlets across the half forward line for St Thomas's. But look at Tommy Larkins is showing now that once they start to move that ball a little bit quicker, they're getting the return inside.
And of course, it's Éanna Murphy that's actually shown an interest in coming out to take this free. What's the value of the breeze, and is it a 5 or 6 point breeze?
It is, surely, because you saw in yesterday's game of Cropwell as well too that they were 6 up at half time, and they needed every bit of it kind of heading into that second half, because there's going to be, they're going to use that wind, Tommy Larkins, in the second half surely. So you need to make sure that you're that plenty ahead for St Thomas's.
Éanna Murphy then to take the free, the goalkeeper inside his own 65 metre line. He's happy enough with the way he's hit it, and the reason he's happy, that's a fabulous score into the breeze, Andy.
Fabulous score in fairness, and again no more than Conor Cooney. Long quick puck out again from Gerald Kelly.
Yeah, his 5th point of the championship, his 4th free from the goalkeeper, 6-3. Certainly St Thomas are getting the puck out away very quickly with the breeze behind them. Tidying up is done by Nevin for Tommy Larkins, and eventually Tommy Larkins get down the field again. On the ball now is Keith Dervin. Keith Dervin in a little bit of space goes to the far side of the field looking for Conor Gardner and Fintan Burke. Fintan Burke was ahead of the ball, but he ends up on the ground. Conor Gardner is no hurry, but that allowed Conor Slattery to go and pick it up. We'll go back for the free. Conor Slattery I think would have taken the advantage, but a chance to bring it back to 6-3. When Larkins move it quickly inside, they're getting a small bit of joy, aren't they?
You can see the first incident here with Ronan Murphy below us in the first half was where he was trying to carry the ball too much. Jason Flynn was looking for a free here where he carried it too much, but then when they decided to strike long, they got returned. It looks like Keane Mahoney is putting the helmet on, so that didn't take too long for him to be taken in.
So Keane Mahoney, he was away for most of the year, came back recently, was back in training, is wearing the number 31 jersey. So 14 minutes into the opening half of the quarter-final, Keane Mahoney is about to, as we said, the band is about to get back on the field, and Keane Mahoney, what a sub to bring in.
Fantastic option, Sean.
Absolutely, as the free is taken and converted by Kevin McHugo, his first free of the afternoon. We're back to 6 points for St Thomas on the board, 4 points for Tommy Larkins. Substitution being made. Conor Head is the man that's coming off, and that right thigh of Conor Head looks very heavily bandaged anyway. Keane Mahoney goes into the cornerback position on Conor Slattery.
Exactly, so it's a different proposition now for Conor Slattery. He's going to be getting even twice as hard now again, but look at, he's a good outlet so far for Tommy Larkins in that inside line.
Fintan Burke takes the short puck out, drives it down the field to Éanna Burke. Éanna Burke very close to the sideline, has gone out over the line. More importantly, the ball is deemed to have gone out over the line, says John McDonough, the linesman. 6-4. Éanna not convinced.
I still think Tommy Larkins could do it, closing down those options in the half forward. They're a little bit too loose now, letting off kind of runners and becoming outlets for Gerald Kelly for them sort of long puckouts. But
Gerald Kelly is hitting pockets of space that are there.
He's very accurate. He's very strong puckout, and he doesn't put too much height on it. He doesn't need to. So,
but the pockets of space are there.
Space there, from there. That's a big piece of armour that St Thomas's have.
15 minutes gone. Good line ball by Ronan Murphy up to Jason Flynn, who's been fouled by John Head. And that's going to be a free in for Tommy Larkins, who in the last few minutes are beginning to settle into the game. They've hit the last 2 points of the game. They were 6 points to 2 down after, about 12 minutes or so. But they've got the last 2, Andy, now with a chance to bring it back to a 1 point ball game.
They'll be very happy now. They're getting the return around the middle of the field now. They're winning that ball. Jason is kind of, well, look, he's going to be under a lot of pressure anyway. He's going to be a big target man that you have to really watch. But they'll be glad now as the game has kind of progressed here now into the second 10 minutes of the game that they've settled.
Jason is predominantly playing at left half forward with John Head by him most of the time. As Kevin takes the free, has that one got inside the post? They're giving it. But
I think John McDonough is calling it. John McDonough is calling it here in front of us. He's calling it.
Kevin McHugo, it seemed to be veering outside the post. There's a bit of discussion on it. John McDonough is indicating that it was wide. The linesman did look it, I thought.
It was sharp, he was pulling away. I did tail away again.
Kevin McHugo was over to give his views to John McDonough. John McDonough is also giving or listening to the views of others. Conor Quinn has gone into his 2 umpires to discuss it. Every point of this game has certainly been fought for, and the signal now is that the point is going to be disallowed. Well, they could have just said it was wide because if it didn't need to be disallowed, it didn't go over. They were running it. 6-4, no point.
6-4, puck out, easy option here for St Thomas's.
So Darragh Burke was in an ocean of space. He's put under pressure though straight away by McHugo, who did well to stop the shot getting away. Then a number of players commit into the ruck. The crowd, which is more than decent here in Kenny Park and Athenry, are responding to it, as the number of players went in that particular ruck. Play restarts then. The throw-in ball. Keith Durbin
again.
Does well. Adrian Moore, that's a better ball into space. Suddenly in a bit of space is Darren Duggan. Darren Duggan takes on the shot from the right half forward position. Will it have the legs to get over the bar? No. Wide ball then. Fair effort in fairness. As Gerard Kelly goes short with this one, finding Evan Duggan, and Evan Duggan at left half back now for that puck out, goes then into the inside line, comes off David Burke though, who had gone into the full forward line for that ball. Goes out then to Ronan Murphy. 6-4, 17 and a half minutes in. St Thomas's lead. First real ball that Conor Gardner has got in space. Conor Gardner wants to get in on the right, but well hooked by Fintan Burke, but he gets the rebound. Jason Flynn is trying to make run inside, but Conor Gardner keeps going. He has offloaded the ball well to Adrian Moore, and Adrian Moore runs into traffic. He's held up. Is that illegal? No, to the referee, and St Thomas get the numbers around it, and out comes Shane Cooney. Shane Cooney plays a lovely ball into space for Darragh Burke, out in front of his man Cathal Toohey. Darragh Burke turns, that's going straight over the bar because the signal came. Darragh Burke puts it over the bar. What could have been a score at one end becomes a score at the other.
Massive score, big chance for Adrian Moore to carry that ball through from the pass from Conor Gardner, but a super hook from Fintan Burke when he was sold the dummy by Conor Gardner. He still got the hurling, got the hook to keep it alive, but a massive score for Thomas. Now that could be a big talking point in the first half.
Thomas's forwards are getting space on there, aren't they?
They've too much space, Sean, for me. Definitely, it's
sharp puck out from the twin brothers. Ronan Murphy, huge effort from out the field. In it goes Conor Slattery, tries to keep it alive. Keane Mahoney ends up in the round. Conor Slattery has recycled the ball. Now Conor Slattery has a chance, comes out to the 13-metre line and makes no mistakes, puts it high and over the bar. His third point of the day. Comes back to 7-4, 7-5 we should say. Thomas is 7, Larkins 5.
Slattery is doing very, very well there on the inside line now. Even he's dealing with Keane Mahoney now as well too. So look at that's their outlet. Conor Gardner is causing trouble for Fintan Burke, so they need to keep that ball coming in.
John Head, the recipient of the latest sharp puck out, goes up to Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney back to Darragh Burke, who's all on his own again. You can't give the shooters the space like that. Darragh Burke will go with this one to the wrong side of the post though. Yeah,
it's just a little bit too loose from Tommy Larkins across their half back line, across the midfield. It's like they're handing over, but no one's actually taking responsibility for a man directly and tracking them.
Still 19 minutes in, 7 points to 5. St Thomas's lead with the breeze behind him in this opening half. Éanna Murphy been forced long with the puck outs. Goes over to Conor Gardner country with Fintan Burke. Big battle between the two men over there. Shane Cooney brings it out along the ground, kicks at the ball. Who said they can't play football in St Thomas's? and that'll be line ball. But you'd have to say, Andy, we're reaching nearly the 20th minute of the half, 7-5. I would say that Niall Kelly and his management team would take that from a Larkins viewpoint.
Surely happy heading into that last 10 minutes now, the first half, Sean, as long as they don't give away any majors. Thomas's keep them out of getting their goal, and then head for the second half, look for the wind is behind their backs, and no better team wants to get into that sixth gear and kick on, and the crowd all start roaring them, and they all start roaring on the field themselves, the players, Tommy Larkins. So it'll be interesting to know if they can hold on.
We're by to it as well, and it is that line ball goes up towards Conor Slattery. Fergal or Keane Mahoney does well though to stop the progress. Fintan Burke then thought about going off the left, then goes down the stand side of the field off the right, doesn't go to where he wanted to go though, and tidied up and well picked up there by Colin Flynn, who misplaced the pass. David Burke lost it initially but wins it the second time after his brother Aina, and what an ace marksman that guy is. Lovely score, driven over the bar. Aina Burke, lovely score, his first point of the day.
Again, just hesitation there from Colin Flynn. Should have made the pass in the first time, put it back on the hurl, delayed the pass. Next thing was turned over from a big hit from Evan Duggan, and it's over the bar again for St Thomas's.
8 points to 5. Conor Garner tried to go down, that ball doesn't, and that allows Shane Cooney to head over to cover his half back line. Goes past two would-be challenges, gets it off then to Fintan Burke. Fintan Burke thought about going across the half back line, but then goes across to the left half forward position, asking the speedster, that is Victor Manzo, to get on it. He takes on Cathal Toohey. Victor Manzo striking off the right. Will it come inside the post? What a score! What a score by Victor Manzo. And the ability of St Thomas's to create the space in front of their forwards is proving crucial. St Thomas's 9 points, Tommy Larkins 5.
It is, and they're probably their biggest marksman. Aina Burke at the minute is right in front of us out in the half forward line. They have that pace inside with Victor Manzo, and look like Cathal too. He had done everything right there, but just had that little space to get it over the bar. Great score.
Shortish puck out this time to Adrian Moran for Tommy Larkins, goes down into Conor Slattery, who seems to be the man on fire at the minute for Tommy Larkins, very close to sideline. Managed to get the ball back, but I think the referee has spotted. Was there a free? Yeah, he spotted a swipe.
Little swipe there from Keane Mahoney.
Yeah, and that's what the free is given him. Conor Slattery looks sharp.
It was actually Fintan possibly. Yeah, he's doing very well, Conor Slattery. His ability for me to take the ball in under pressure, he's done it now. Marking Conor head first, and now he's doing it as well with Keane Mahoney now heading into the, what do we know, with 21 minutes gone. So yeah, he's doing very, very, very well. He's their main outlet for scores so far.
Jason Flynn that will take this free. 22 minutes gone, 9 points St Thomas's, 5 points for Tommy Larkins. The free is on the sideline on the stand side of the field. It's inside the 45 metre line. Difficult angle into the breeze. Jason Flynn strikes, but it goes across the face of the goal and goes wide. That's 4 wide for Tommy Larkins, 3 for St Thomas's. Jared Kelly not as fast with this puck out. He was going back for a slither, but then he decides it was long, and that sounded that, and there was other cool tech. Long high ball in around the danger area. Evan Brady's in around the house to try and keep it alive, but well defended back there by Ronan Murphy. Comes out with that ball. Good defending by Tommy Larkins now.
Needs an option.
Yeah, can they transition it now? He keeps going. It probably turns out to be the best option. Gets it off then to Cormac Hanley. Plays the ball, looking for the space in front again of Conor Slattery. Slattery well taken. There's a man over and he's right, Keane Daniels, but he couldn't execute the pass, and Darren Farrell is in there, and Evan Duggan is on it, and John Head gets it out then to Damien McGlynn. There's a 2-man move inside for the Thomas's full forward line if he gets it in there, and Damien McGlynn goes long in towards it, in towards Conor Cooney. Great catch by Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney bearing down on goal. He's been fouled surely by Keith Dermot, gets the shot away. That's a lovely score by Conor Cooney. The advantage was going to come if he missed. There was no fear of him missing. He's on fire. 5th point of the day from Conor Cooney.
But the option here for St Thomas's, Damien McGlynn made the option again. He got loose up the field from Adrian Moore. They have to push up and close those outlets for St Thomas's, and now it's ended up as another score. Thomas has got 3 in a row now in the last few minutes to kind of push on again after Tommy Larkins kind of kicked on there.
Absolutely double scores now. 10 points to 5. Aina Murphy long to the left flank this time. Up they go for it. Darren Farrell put up the hand, pulls it along the ground. Thomas is of course the recent winners of an under-21 championship as well, as Conor Cooney tries to run.
Good free there from Conor Cooney. In fairness, Conor Cooney just pulled the arm there as the ball went through.
10 points to 5, 24 minutes gone, Andy. The last few minutes the pendulum has swung back in Thomas's way, hasn't it?
It has, but I suppose Tommy Larkins have had the chances as well too with their few frees as well to stay in touch. Conditions are quite blustery, right, in fairness, so they might hopefully not rule them as the game is going on.
So Aina Murphy comes out to take the free then, in no particular hurry, and so you wouldn't blame him playing into the breeze.
All the tactics will come out now for into the wind.
Game management, they tell me it's called, as Aina Murphy will place the ball. He's well inside his own 45 metre line. It's 10 points for St. Thomas's, 5 points for Tommy Larkins. The other thing, the execution by Thomas is very good as well on getting the passes to the players, isn't it?
Yeah, they're working that ball in tight situations around the middle of the field, and they're keeping the ball alive.
Cian Murphy going for his second major point of the day from a free, but that one goes to the wrong side, the post and wide. 5 wides for Tommy Larkins now. Jared Kelly goes route one again. Long high ball, Cian Murphy's early back at the goal, but Cathal Toohey, who formerly was in goal at full back, catches that a fast, a long puck out from St. Thomas. It gets out to Ronan Murphy. Thought about going long, but they go short to Adrian Moran, who's out around the middle of the field. Adrian Moran tries to get it inside, but there was 2 extra Thomas's men there. Jason Flynn was down on his knees. I don't know what happened there as Dara Burke, his shot is half blocked down, sprays off the hurl, and David Staunton indicates that it's Tommy Larkins' line ball, the linesman over there. Everything is being contested, Andy. It
is. It's tight, Sean. Yeah, like Tommy Larkins will probably have a little bit of a gripe there. Jason Flynn ended up on the floor, a bit of a contest with himself and John Head. But yeah, look at, it's close there. I mean, there's no space at all whatsoever. You can't get the chance for Thomas to dare to wind up there with a big swing. You're going to get closed down in the middle of the field. So it's tough going.
Larkins have to get a handle on the fluidity and the structure and the change of structure that happens in Thomas's, where they can move from that defensive situation to the forward situation, isn't there? Well,
the fact that Ronan Murphy is still there as the extra defender at the minute, that means every other defender has to pick up their man.
Line ball goes straight to the wrong man. If you're from Tommy Larkins, goes to David Burke, Damien McGlynn then, who was fouled. Cheap free given away, and that's going to be a free.
It's a soft free in fairness. He stepped into it and kind of
Damien
theatrically to himself to make sure he got it, but look at, that's the free that's there is given.
Yeah, Damien McGlynn, who was that, as we said, that right leg heavily bandaged. So it's going to be another chance for Conor Cooney, and usually what happens when Conor Cooney gets a chance?
You see the value of it here, Sean. Now, like, you know, it's Tommy Larkins have had a few free takers at this stage, and
10 points to 5, 26 and a half minutes gone in the opening half. Conor Cooney, we thought that he was a bit of an injury concern coming into this game, takes the free but puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Even going with Cian Murphy's frees there so far, Sean, he's missed 2 so far. It might be worthwhile for them to kind of lay up and drop it in, instead of kind of going for the glory all the time, and keep their chances up of a score, or at least a break.
Taking his time with this puck out again. Interestingly, Owen Nevin had offered himself as a short option, but the goalkeeper goes long, breaks, and Cian Daniels is up in attack, and suddenly Jason Flynn outside him. If he can lay the pass off, it's slightly over Jason Flynn bearing down a goal, a shot, oh wow, did it hit the woodwork?
Possibly.
Yeah, Gerard Kelly, the goalkeeper Jared Kelly, I think did he get a touch to it? Jason Flynn was inside, a rocket of a shot, hit the woodwork, could have ended up in the net. Is that a major chance and turning point in this game, I wonder? Meanwhile, down at the other end, it's Evan Brady that tries to keep the ball alive. James Regan is in there as well for St. Thomas's. It's won by Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney very close to the sideline, the far side of the field, ends up on the ground. No frees to the referee. Larkins do well to overturn it. Still 10 points for St. Thomas's, 5 points for Tommy Larkins before the referee deemed that, I think it's Colin Flynn that's down on the ground. Going to be a free out for Tommy Larkins. But in the flash of a game, Andy, that's goal scoring chance for Jason Flynn. I think the pass was probably just a little bit over his head that forced him away, but he hit the woodwork.
All it came from was a break between Darren Farrell and Kevin McHugh on the puck out. It's spun, but yeah, it was the hand pass was just a little bit overcooked, sent Jason Flynn too far out to the right, but fair play to him for having the shot from that point. But a combination, I would say, of Gerald Kelly, good save, and the post in the right place as well.
28 minutes gone in the opening half, 10 points to 5. Cian Murphy comes out to take this free again. Inside his own 65 metre line, throws up the old blade of grass to try and judge the free or the wind again. St. Thomas's, we've had no goal in either team, have scored no goal in this game. Larkins have conceded 4 in the championship. Thomas have only conceded 1, which is a fabulous record. Mentioning the word fabulous, what a fabulous conversion of the free from Cian Murphy.
That is a super score, Sean, into the elements. Like we had said, it really had to go over because it was his third one. But look, that's a super point for a player to get super score.
Meanwhile, down at the other end, David Burke was playing in the forward line for much of this game. The referee went in to look at it, but then he said, right, go back, go back and restart it again. Ball in toward Victor Manzo, ends up on the deck. Damien McGlynn, a heavy hit on Damien McGlynn. That's going to be a free in.
Yeah, it looked like a frontal tackle in fairness, Sean, as he just picked up the ball.
McGlynn has been in the wars in the last few contests of this game. I think it was Ronan Murphy was the man that was deemed to have met him in that instance. Conor Quinlan is coming out with a little black notebook, I think, and he's giving the yellow card to Ronan Murphy. There was a frontal element to that challenge, definitely.
Tommy Larkins are still allowing them. They're sitting back and allowing them having the puck out and giving the option straight away against
and
the breeze.
And after bringing it back to 4, you're giving the chance to Conor again to push it again
now. No, look, I'm sure they'll be confident heading into the second half with that breeze that they can get the scores and keep that ball moving into the likes of Conor Slattery inside, and probably get a bit of a better return from Jason Flynn as well from scoring wise in the second half. He is working hard, but just for the second half of the scores,
he needs to lead the way. Yeah,
definitely.
So it looks to be, is there a sub coming for the St. Thomas's team? Damien Finnerty could be about to see action. You can see him now, but Damien McGlynn is picking himself up gingerly, but I think he's okay, so the Damien Finnerty won't be required for Damien McGlynn. He's heavily bandaged on that right foot. 4 minutes of additional time is the signal. 30 minutes gone on the clock, so we played the normal 30. Conor Cooney standing over the free. He's in the left half forward position. Inside the 45-metre line, strikes it towards the post. Lovely score. Conor Cooney gets his 6th point of the contest, 6 points out of 11. He came into the game on 36% of St. Thomas's scoring prowess this year.
That's probably reflective of the game too, Sean. I think Thomas has kind of have been coming across their scores a little bit easier, I suppose. Obviously that was from a free, but overall it's tight.
Ian Murphy goes long. Conor Gardner went up for, but he was taken on there by 3 Thomas's men who got the numbers there, and now the ball hits the deck, so who's onto the break ball? Ian Burke ends up on the ground. Keane Daniels and Conor Gardner also did likewise. Conor Quinlan, the Rachel, says I'd step in, give me the ball and I throw it in. We have played 31 minutes. That means there'll be 3 minutes more of the additional time that was signalled, which was 4. Conor Quinlan throws it in, and Adrian Moran is the man that gets the ball. The hand pass goes astray, but it might work, or else it was a very good hand pass. I do him an injustice. Off to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy strikes for the goal.
He kind of pulled it that one, Sean. He kind of hit it very, very quickly. If he carried it, the space was in front of him, he could have carried it a couple of steps because he's very reliable from the shot.
Keane Daniels seems to be given a licence to move up the field, the centre back, because Ronan Murphy is at home. Conor Cooney for once just didn't control the ball, but there was a scoring chance there straight away, and again it's another challenge that results in a free. In this instance it was Keith Dervin, and when you just look at Conor Cooney has hit 1, 2, 3, 4 frees. This could be his 5th of the opening half. That allied to the way that Thomases have been so adept at working the space and working the scoring opportunities, I think therein lies a lot of the story of this game.
Well, it does, and they initially did well. I suppose Conor Cooney delayed getting it into his hand, but when he did, they didn't need, it was tight space for Conor Cooney at that point. They probably didn't need to have such a rash tackle. Look at the armband around the shoulder, it was a high tackle, and it, again, like I said, it's just gifting that opportunity to Thomas to keep ahead.
So Conor Cooney,
thank you very much.
Absolutely. His 7th point of the contest, and suddenly a quick look at the scoreboard now, and you're talking about a double scores game, 12-6. We've a minute and a half of the 4 of the additional half-time minutes to take. And Andy, the breeze, and we've been talking about it all weekend, but probably a lot of the teams yesterday evening didn't really make huge hay with it either. So even though you're playing into it, it's not a major discomfort at this level.
Well, there's more space in front of the full back line where you're playing against the breeze, so that doesn't make a difference. It's their use of the ball.
We're talking about space. David Burke went into a notion of space through the centre back channel and popped it over the bar. Lovely score.
They're just getting caught a little bit too much ball watching for me now and again. George Kelly is covering that space over on the far on the right hand side this time. They're just getting caught, giving them that too much space, and when David Burke, Conor Cooney, them boys get the ball, they're going to score that in free space.
And Keaton Daniels is leaving the 6th position, maybe leaving it to Ronan Murphy, but they left the space there.
Well, like Keaton Daniels there again, Damien McGlynn has gone to the middle of the field free. There's 2 extra guys in Tommy's defence here now. If St. Thomas get that ball in the middle of the field, they'll score from 60 yards because it's free space, so they don't know whether they're pushing up or they're sitting back.
A little bit of an incident over the far side of the field. The score is 13 points to 6, as Thomases will be more than happy with that. John Head and Jason Flynn both have ended up with their helmets off in this instance, and of course if the helmet is off, I think the rule is that the game stops. Isn't that right, John?
There's a bit of needle as you'd expect in the game, but it's not. Nothing is kind of untoward or anything. plenty of pushing and off the ball stuff as you surely expect in a game like this.
But Larkin or Thomases have done very well from a situation where it was 7-5 to Thomases on the 19th minute, and they have since hit 6 points to 1, outscored Larkins by 6 points to 1 up to this period now to lead by 13-6.
And above all teams to face into the wind in the second half and try and hold their own. You couldn't bet against St Thomas's either. Yeah, it's like we said earlier, Sean, it's their use of the ball, Tommy Larkins at times, and their decisions on the ball and their loose play, and that's caused a lot of their kind of undoing at this stage to be down 6 points.
So
7 points.
Yeah, two of those, John Head and Jason Flynn, I think, are the two players that are picking up the yellow cards, and the referee has thrown the ball in. Conor Cooney's on it. Larkins won't want the lead to get any bigger now as Damien McGlynn goes up the field. Damien McGlynn is on the ball. It's good work rate though by Thomas to stop him initially off to Éanna Burke. Éanna Burke shooting from the sideline. This will go wide, but I think we're playing an advantage. It's going to be free in for St Thomas's. And you just get the feeling in the last 7 or 8 minutes of the contest, St Thomas's are turning the screw a bit here.
They are, and they're kind of drawn Tommy Larkins into a battle who are kind of losing concentration and not kind of focusing on what they need to be doing and winning that ball in the middle and getting it into the inside line. But they haven't got a score from Conor Slattery in quite a while now as well, so they're kind of going away from what they're trying to do and kind of undoing themselves in the last 10 minutes, especially heading into half time. And
a chance now for Conor Cooney to make it a 7-point deficit at half time. Not insurmountable, Andy, but a significant lead all the same.
Significant, and considering the team that they're playing against, that's what's making it quite difficult. You probably would say any other team they would have a great chance heading in this position, but the win is no guarantee for them, so they need to make sure that they get a more return from Conor Gardner, more return from Jason and from Kevin McHugo as well going forward. It can't be all on Conor Slattery's shoulders. So then
Conor Cooney to take the free. Should be high, should be over the bar, and it is. His 8th point of the contest. There goes the blow for half time. A half time lead now that is more than significant, Andy. 14 points for St Thomas's, Larkins 6 points.
It did slow start for Larkins, and it looked like they got themselves back into it, but I suppose their experience is shown here now. St Thomas's, they've really battened down the last 10 minutes of the second half, and they've got their scores and pushed it out to 8 points now heading in. So lots of things to think about for Niall Kelly.
Certainly is. So half time then, a second half that will see Tommy Larkins with the breeze behind him in the second half, which will be a major advantage. But it's half time that St Thomas's have laid down the marker here in the third of the Forvis Mazars Galway Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. It's at half time. St Thomas's 14 points, Tommy Larkins 6. Come back to us for the second half live. Interests Conor Cooney back well inside his own 65 metre line with a strong breeze behind him. Looks to be on his way straight over the bar. Lovely stick pass into the hand of Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney off the left puts it high. And Brian Kane, anyone who knows the kit manager with Turlough Moore will know that's the dad of Brian Kane. So to Louise and Brian position, trying to cut off options it seems, as Conor Cooney takes the free and in what we'd say the scoring zone. Conor Slattery off the left hand side striking into the goal. That's Damien McGlynn who went back to John Head, who quickly fires it up to the other side of the field for Victor Mass. Conor Slattery does awful well over Conor Head, wins it. Conor Slattery turning onto his right hand side. And again the puck out goes quickly to Dara Burke. Dara Burke for St Thomas's out the country. That ball goes inside the post. The free, the goalkeeper inside his own 65 metre line. He's happy enough with the way he's hit it, and the reason he's happy, that's a fabulous score into the breeze, Andy. What a sub to bring in.
Fantastic option, Sean.
Absolutely, as the free is taken and converted by Kevin McHugo, his first free of the afternoon. We're back to 6 with John Head by him most of the time, as Kevin takes the place for Dara Burke out in front of his man, Cathal Tuohy. Dara Burke turns, that's going straight over the bar. Slattery has recycled the ball. Now Conor Slattery has a chance, comes out to the 13-metre line and makes the pass. David Burke lost it initially but wins it the second time off to his brother Raina. And what that is Victor Manzo to get on it. He takes on Cathal Tuohy. Victor Manzo striking off the right. Will it come inside? Conor Cooney bearing down on goal. He's been fouled surely by Keith Dermot, gets the shot away. That's a lovely breaks, and Keane Daniels is up in attack, and suddenly Jason Flynn outside him. If he can lay the pass off, oh, it's slightly over Jason Flynn. Jason Flynn bearing down a goal, a shot, oh wow! In this game, Larkins have conceded 4 in the championship. Thomas have only conceded 1, which is a problem. Inside the 45-metre line, strikes it towards the post. Lovely score. Conor Cooney.
Opportunity to Thomas is to keep ahead.
So Conor Cooney.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. That doesn't make a difference. It's their use of the ball.
We're talking about space, David. So then, Conor Cooney
Right, Johnny.
And you're welcome back here to Kenny Park and Athenry, where Tommy Larkins are the first team out, quickly followed by St Thomas's for the second half of this Forvis Mazars Galway Senior Hurling Championship quarter-final. The wind was with the men of St Thomas's in the opening half. The wind will be with the men of Tommy Larkins in the second half. 14 points Thomas's at half-time, 6 points to Larkins at half-time. A wise man told me one Sunday a breeze never wins a game for any team, but Tommy Larkins will hope that will be turned on his head.
At least, exactly. Help to somewhere. Look at St Thomas has had a good kind of last 5 minutes there in injury time, and they worked a few good scores with the frees and converted them, which was more important. Look at the times now for Tommy Larkins to use that advantage, like we said, with the weather, and get themselves going into the game further and kind of continue to move that ball into the inside line, into the likes of Conor Slattery, who's got a great return. And but look at St Thomas's are showing their experience all the way through this, Sean. So it'll be an interesting 30 minutes.
Ronan Murphy seems to be starting in the middle of the field. David Burke also starting in the middle of the field, as Damien McGlynn and Conor Hanley are the two other players. Ball breaks on the throw into Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy from the 65 metre line has a shot at the post straight away and straight over the bar.
Yeah, big push up there now from Ronan Murphy. Looks like he's gone to midfield and looks like he's holding position there now as well too for the restart from Gerald Kelly. So yeah, they'll be happy with that goal.
14 points, plays 7 then. The puck out to the far side of the field, breaks onto it ahead of Keane Daniels is Conor Cooney, pulled on the ball and it comes off. Keane Daniels will be a line ball. It's Tommy Larkins player down in the midfield sector. Conor Quinn and the referee is going over. Is he talking to anyone in particular? He's the book out anyway, whatever he's doing.
He's doing something.
Yeah, it looks like Evan Duggan John Head is there as well. Not quite sure what the story is. No, in actual fact it's nothing, because I think the book out and was checking something else. The free or the line ball will be to St Thomas's. Ian Burke showing an interest in it. Interesting that he's played most of the first half out around the half-hour line.
Field, yeah, way out, Sean. You think he's one of their most potent forwards, but he can turn up anywhere, and as we all know, any half a yard of space he needs to use those wrists and sail it over. So yeah, he can do it from anywhere.
Looks like Tara Burke and James Regan and Evan Brady looks to be the full forward line at the minute, yeah. As Ian Burke taking his time with this line ball, halfway between the 45 and 65 metre line into the breeze. A super strike of a ball. Goes over well, caught by Victor Manzo. He's been forced out the field. Victor Manzo gets it inside. Ian Murphy gets it away at the expense of a 65.
Manzo did well to catch that.
Yeah, he did awfully well to catch it. It was kind of like a slow motion
time stood still there a bit, yeah.
Evan Brady went in to put the pressure on Ian Murphy, and Ian Murphy deflected it out over the end line for a 65. So Conor Cooney's first shot of anger into the breeze is a 65 at the start of the second half.
Be interesting to see how he fares out here now against the breeze. It's quite blustery there. You could see with the line ball from Ian Burke there, showing how it was held up quite strongly, and comes straight down then on top of the context below. So it'll be
seems to be kind of a swirling breeze, doesn't it? Yeah, that's probably a lower trajectory, and he might be
the order of the day, yeah. For
but then again, the man that's taking it.
Who are we to tell Conor Cooney how to take a break?
Absolutely perfect. Well taken by Ian Murphy. He went with the lower trajectory, and Ian Murphy just took it down at his crossbar and gets it out then to the man wearing number 7. It was Conor Hanley. Eventually comes back to Conor the second time. He goes back then to Owen Nevin, and Owen Nevin will go back to Ian Murphy from where it all started, and Ian Murphy will pick out Colin Flynn, and Colin Flynn first touch let him down, but he's got it the second time. So this all started from Ian Murphy taking down that 65 under the crossbar. Keane Daniels run into a bit of traffic. Doesn't want to move the ball initially. Gets it after Kevin McHugo from the halfway line. McHugo strikes and McHugo puts it over the bar. There was method to what they were doing eventually. I
thought myself, Sean, he had very little time, and it probably tailed off to the left, but a good finish now from Kevin McHugo. But it looked like they had run into traffic with the ball initially.
14 points to 8 as the puck out broken down again by Kevin McHugo. Breaks to Ronan Murphy, and 3 quick fire points have changed the complexion of the contest. 14 points for St Thomas's, now 9 for Tommy Larkins.
Tommy Larkins have the shooters, Kevin Sean. They've got Ronan Murphy, they've got Kevin McHugo. Jason Flynn knows where the targets are as well, so they're taking the chances very, very quickly, and they're accurate.
Pushing up on the puck house as well. Gerard Kelly goes to the far side of the field. Jason Flynn is under it, catches it. Conor Cooney was coming back, but under pressure. Jason Flynn striking for the right half forward position, striking it high. That's the point they want, because that's their talisman as well. Excellent score by Jason Flynn.
That's the man they need to get on the ball more so than him, because he's so accurate and knows exactly where the goals are. A bit of a dilemma here now for Gerald Kelly. He's same thing that Tommy Larkins faced in the first half, into a stiff breeze with the puck outs. Where does he go with them?
14 points to 10 now. St Thomas's 14, Tommy Larkins 10. 3 quick fire points in the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Puck out broken away from Conor Cooney by Cian Daniels. Free upcoming, but we play the advantage. Ronan Murphy goes through the eye of a needle, but we go back for the free. I think Ronan Murphy would nearly have said let me go there to Conor Quinlan, but we go back for the free.
Yeah, it's a massive start for Tommy Larkins. They'll be really happy with this now.
Pushing up as well on
They're
the
pushing up and forcing the puck out. It's really giving a bit of a headache for John Kelly there now, and and again the breeze is causing it to drop straight down on top of Conor Cooney. It's not easy for a goalkeeper. It's not a low trajectory. No. It's not that he's running out into space onto it. It's coming straight down, which is a backs ball all day. So it'll be interesting to see now with this puck out following up from Main is free to how they get going.
And Conor Gardner is also stationed in at full forward for the second half, so he's an out ball for in there as well, isn't he?
Exactly, when all else fails. And that ball that was initially kind of held up there first of all for Tommy Larkins, the option is always there to send long, especially with Conor Gardner.
So Éanna Murphy to take the free on his own 65 metre line, but with the breeze behind him, and what he's done in the first half, shooting 2 over the bar with the breeze into his face. He's now popped that one over. He's got his 3rd point of the day. He has come into the championship, as we said, with 4 points scored. He's now got 7.
A lot more measured free as well there from Éanna Murphy. He didn't give it no sky at all. It was a really bullet shot.
That's a good 5 minutes now from Tommy Larkins, isn't it, Andy, to get it back to 3 points, 14-11. John Head been put under pressure from that Churchill puck out, but does well to bring it into past a number of players. Eventually brings it into contact. Larkins get the numbers around it. Picked up well by Conor Gardner, who I said was in at full forward just a second ago, but it's well robbed back by Dara Burke, who does well to win the free. Good play by Dara Burke. It's going to be about this winning this hard ball now.
That's the battle there now again in the middle of the field, Sean, but if you look to our right there's still that acre of space, even though St Thomas's are against the breeze, so they might be well advised to start moving the ball, even though it seems to be against modern kind of coaching that you're against the breeze, you have to show our pass to death.
Go through the lines.
Go through the lines is all these phrases, exactly. So it's a chance now for Conor Cooney to settle them, I suppose, into the second half. It's gone back to 3 points now after being a big score at half time. So Thomas is looking, they won't overly panic just yet either.
Conor Cooney then. This one just outside the 65 metre line, gives it a bit more height, but also gets the accuracy. Good score by Conor Cooney, his 9th of the contest, and just steadies the little mini comeback from Tommy Larkins.
It does, and I suppose for Thomas that's the worry that the scoring seems to be majority coming from Conor Cooney. They probably need a better return now from the likes of James Regan and Éanna Burke. Yeah.
Owen Nevin has gone up the sideline, run into a bit of traffic, needs to get a bit of support here, and Thomas is doing awful well to turn that ball over, and Victor Manzo is on it, gets it off to Conor Cooney. David Burke is running. Conor Cooney puts it in ahead of James Regan. Éanna Murphy comes out, the goalkeeper, to play a corner back and does quite well to win the ball, and then it goes across to the twin, Ronan Murphy. I wasn't going to pass it to Cathal Toohey there. He went to the man that he knows from youth. Ronan Murphy runs, gives it then to Colin Flynn, and Colin Flynn strikes from out the countries. Has it the purchase, has it the accuracy? It has neither, and it goes harmlessly into the goalkeeper Gerard Kelly. 15 points for St Thomas's, 11 points for Tommy Larkin. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Cian Mahoney gets the pass off to Damien McGlynn. Damien McGlynn to Shane Cooney, and Shane Cooney running into the tackle there of Kevin McHugo, and he's deemed to have carry that ball. Conor Quinlan had a look once. I'd say he let him go for a second and then pulled him. It's
ambitious now from Shane Cooney. He took that ball pretty much from Gerald Kelly on the edge of his own square and tried to work it all the way to halfway, and there was a couple of too many steps there at one stage. So again, they need to start moving that ball now. I know Tommy Larkins are moving that extra player back whenever they can, but it's kind of a little bit of a wobbling start from St Thomas's here.
And the thing about it is, Andy, it's only 7.5 minutes into the second half. For either team, there's no panic stations. For Larkins, they don't have to push on, frantically to get into the lead. Thomases don't have to push on frantically. They're still 4 points up, so it's...
Well, there's a long way to go. In 20 minutes time, there's still going to be 5-8 minutes to go. So there's a lot of hurling to be done. Tommy Larkins look like they're using the momentum, though.
Éanna Murphy's enjoying his day out because he's after putting over his 4th score of the contest. Éanna Murphy, the point scoring free taking goalkeeper. 15 points for St Thomas's, 12 points for Larkins. Good puck out by Gerard Kelly to Shane Cooney. It was in a splendid isolation for a second. Offloads then to Dara Burke. Dara Burke under pressure from Colin Flynn, but Dara Burke as well gets a great ball over to Éanna Burke. That's a super pass by Dara Burke into Éanna Burke in the right corner forward position. Faced up there by Keith Dermot, goes across just slightly over the head of Damien McGlynn, and that arouses Ronan Murphy to come back and take control of it. Gets it off then to Cian Daniels. Cian Daniels looks upfield. Cian Daniels then puts nice one in front of Conor Slattery, takes it down, but well shepherded off there by Keane Mahoney, and then Fintan Burke goes back, picks it and gets it off to his goalkeeper Gerard Kelly. 3-point ball game, 9 minutes gone second half, 15 points for St. Thomas's, 12 points for Tommy Larkins, as was half miscontrolled by Conor Cooney back in his own half back line there, but eventually got away with it, and Evan Duggan responds, but Jason Flynn comes in and robs Damien McGlynn. Jason Flynn pounding to the centre of the defence. Jason Flynn off the left, puts it high, puts it over the bar. He's like a thoroughbred running through the defence there. Lovely score, turnover point, Jason Flynn.
And here comes that Tommy Larkins rover we were talking about Sean earlier on, and look at it, unusual for Conor Cooney to spill that ball, but he's playing way back the field. He's allowing Keane Daniels to sit right there in front of the full back line for Tommy Larkins as well. So yeah, Tommy's a bit, or St. Thomas will be a little bit worried now with the restart.
9.5 minutes gone. Gerard Kelly then pick 1-2 and then goes long to the half forward line, putting it down on top of Éanna Burke. Lose the helmet, so we have to stop the play. That is the rule on that, isn't it? When the helmet comes off,
the game stops immediately. Yeah.
Thomases are going to the bench, and into the team now comes is going to come Damien Finnerty. Nearly came in the first half, so Damien Finnerty is about to see action for the men of St. Thomas's. They lead by 2 points in this Forvis Mazars Galway Senior Championship quarter-final. Conor Quinlan throws it in. The man that breaks the ball off to him is Éanna Burke, and Éanna Burke, lovely score. Ball broke to him from that throw in, and a lovely score by Éanna Burke just to settle Thomas's down. Just
to settle them in that half step away into the yard of space, and Éanna Burke, no one will score them as quick as he will. Damien Glynn is replaced by Damien Finnerty here.
Yeah, there was talk of a number of injuries in the camp, and Damien McGlynn, who had a very, very good championship up to this, he's a loss.
And took a lot of hits in the first half as well too, a lot of tackles, and his right leg is heavily bandaged there, both sides of his knee, above and below. So in fairness to him, he's tried very, very hard, considering he's not at 100%.
3-point ball game then. Jason Flynn is down off the ball. We'll play on though. Conor Garner, the ball hits the deck. Why is the Tommy Larkins man down? The referee is going into his umpires on this one. Jason Flynn was down as the ball went upfield in towards Conor Garner. Whatever happened there, Conor Quinlan is going to go into his umpires. We wonder.
He's following the track of the ball now.
Yeah, we didn't see it, but as the ball went in over his head, we saw him down. So the referee is going to speak to his 2 umpires. Or is there something untoward that we didn't see in that last passage of play?
He's back on his feet anyway, thankfully, so hopefully not too severely injured. Quinlan might be looking for someone.
If he's looking for someone, yeah, he's coming out. He has the book out anyway. Who was he looking for? Referee is walking out slowly.
Shane Cooney, it looks like.
Is it Shane Cooney's calling over? He's checking again on the mic, I think, with his official. Yeah, Shane Cooney is the man that's certainly nearest to him. So Shane Cooney is being spoken to by Conor Quinlan. Conor Quinlan takes his time, and it's a yellow card. So after a dramatic long period of time, and a free in, which is maybe an even bigger penalty. So a yellow card for Shane Cooney, and a free in for Tommy Larkins, and a chance for them to reduce the margin again to 2 points. Kevin McHugh.
No, it's possibly back to 2 points. You would imagine Kevin McHugh will score it.
Yeah.
But the objective here for Tommy Larkins is to get level first.
Absolutely.
They're doing very well in the second half. They've got big scores, but they still need to get ahead to put them away.
And this is where that little conundrum we talked about of getting through the quarter-final day, Andy, it's all at play here.
Exactly. Anything can happen after this. You could go on a very, very good run like Capitagle from last year. So just need to take care of these kind of games.
The year starts here at this weekend in a way. James Regan does well initially to control the ball, but a lovely little flick pass there by Ronan Murphy off to Conor Nevin. Conor Nevin off to Kevin McHugh, throws it up, is blocked down, tries to go back and win it. James Regan goes in again. Éanna Burke tries to go in there as well. Darren Farrell tries to keep the ball alive from St. Thomas's viewpoint, and somehow the ball is flicked out nicely towards David Burke. Couldn't quite bring it with him. Ronan Murphy puts pressure on him. Again, Tommy Larkins get the numbers to the breakdown. Won by Ronan Murphy, who wins the free. 16 points to 14. 13 minutes gone in the second half. Éanna Murphy, I think, will come out to take the free, and if he's hitting them as well as he is all day, why wouldn't you?
You can see a couple of times, Sean, with David Burke there as well, the ball just spills out and you kind of half attempt. You need to be really sharp to rise it first time, and you have to be gone, because turnover, next thing it's a free, and now Éanna Murphy stands over another one.
We're also in a kind of a lower scoring game, Andy, so every single passage that you play is crucial. A free, a win of a ruck ball, a misplaced pass, a pass to stick,
small break,
pass,
exactly,
it's all about it. Cathal Burke is getting ready on the sideline for St. Thomas's. What another hugely influential and experienced defender to be about to bring in, as Éanna Murphy takes his time now. He's well inside his own 65-metre line. He has hit 4 of these so far. He has a strong breeze behind him, so if he can get the contact right, Éanna Murphy is going high, it's going straight over the bar, because I kept watching him. He turned instantly, he knew he was happy with it. 5 points for the goalkeeper, not bad.
Yeah, so again, it's that danger of silly tackles, giving away easy frees.
And Conor Cooney was doing that the first
same thing for St. Thomas's.
Puck out, so we're back to a 1-point ball game, 16 points to 15. Tommy Larkins still trailed the match by 1 point as Keith Dervin on the ball, heading towards his own goal line. Goes well to turn, gets the pass off then to Cian Daniels. Cian Daniels goes through the 6th position, goes back again though to Keith Dervin. Keith Dervin being put under pressure by 2 St. Thomas men. Did he get a slap into the helmet? Knows the referee now. He's stopping it. He did. Whatever happened in that instance, he seemed to. Was there contact with the helmet, which seems to be the decision that the player went down again? The game has to be stopped.
Sean, if I was Niall Kelly, I would be berating.
Yeah.
Cian Daniels and Keith Dervin there, because it's just Ronan Murphy had made the run the far side initially. The play is too slow. I don't know how they think they can carry it out through that St. Thomas's half forward line. They're very, very lucky here that they didn't get turned over and a score come from it.
And you're inviting the turnover.
Exactly,
in that instance,
and that's such a morale boosting score as well too for St. Thomas's. They'll thrive on that, and then they'll look forward to the puck out coming from that score as well. So they've got away with one there for me.
Cathal Burke about to come into the contest for St. Thomas's. I think he was a point scorer, was he, late on in the quarter-final last year. Always capable of getting a score. Darren Farrell is going to move up to the forward line, looks to be the move. And the man that's coming off will be James Regan. So 17 Cathal Burke replaces number 18 James Regan. That comes on the 3/4 stage. Player restarts. David Burke ends up on the ground. Evan Brady does well to get the hand pass off to Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney has the scoring chance, tries to flick the ball inside, but well read by Nevin, who runs into a little bit of traffic himself. Oh, Nevin gets it out. Jason Flynn will try to bring it with him, and Jason Flynn snaps it into the hand. Great play by Jason Flynn, heading for country and open space. Gets away with 3 Thomas men around him. Jason Flynn from the halfway line, striking it in towards the goal. It was ambitious. It goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Now decisions like that, Sean, could undo Tommy Larkins, because Conor Gardner was a 2-on-2 inside there in the full forward line that needed to get that ball into.
And he did awful well to get himself out of that.
Did very well to carry it, but should have
used
used that head a little bit more to keep it alive.
16 minutes gone, second half. Still Thomas leads 16 points to 15. Darren Farrell does well to take that pass, gets it into Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney shoots and it's gone over the bar. Vital score for Conor Cooney, his 10th of the contest. Thomas's go 2 in front again, 17-15.
Pushes St. Thomas is back to 2 again, Sean. So for all of Tommy's good work, they're undoing themselves with decisions like that. They need to keep that ball alive.
And that last ball from Jason could have gone in.
Should have been in there. Conor Gardner, even though it's Fintan Burke, Conor Gardner would have a good chance of a battle with him and a dropping ball.
But credit to St. Thomas, they did awful well to work that ball. Now a 1-2 between Cathal Tuohy and Éanna Murphy, and Éanna Murphy goes route 1 in around the square. The ball breaks inside, nearly broke. Out comes the goalkeeper. Gerard Kelly gets a vital touch on it. Shane Cooney is cool as a breeze going across his own goal. Gets the ball off to Cathal Burke, and Cathal Burke heading towards the sideline keeps the ball in play firstly. Cathal Burke then actually went over the line with the ball. The linesman David Staunton. It was a ball that put Cathal Burke under pressure initially. He controlled it well, and he seemed to have stepped out over the line well. That's the decision of David Staunton, who was right on it there, the linesman. Ronan Murphy then to take the line ball. Don't forget when they met last year in the group game, it was Tommy Larkins that beat St. Thomas 124 to 19 points.
Tricky one here now for Ronan Murphy. He's right inside the 21-yard line here.
Will he go for it, or will he keep it?
I would imagine he will, but
sideline cut.
He's striking off his left hand side anyway. It might suit him.
So just inside he's halfway between the 20-metre line and the 13-metre line. Takes the flag out of his way. 18 minutes gone. His team trailed by 2, 17-15, and after the build-up, the ball goes to the wrong side of the post and
for
wide.
me, Sean, is just too much of a luxury at this stage of the game. Like the frees in the first half, they were dropping short or they were going wide. That ball needs to be kept in play, because you're just even if it's held up there and you get nothing from it, at least it's a battle at least. But a dead ball is an easy puck out for Thomas's, and they've got it away. Yeah, good catch by Cian Mahoney. They'll be delighted to have got him back on the field. Damien Finnerty does well, swivels on the sideline, goes up that line looking for Victor Manzo. Across comes Cathal Tuohy. Also there is Owen Nevin. Ball is
still kept alive though. Good work rate by the Thomas men. Manzo does off well blocked down though by Keane Daniels. Ball's break. Who's onto it? The man that's onto it is Keith Dervin. Keith Dervin under pressure loses it in the turnover again. Damien Finnerty wins the hard ball, gets the hand pass off. This is an important passage of play. Comes back to Conor Cooney, gets the hand pass to Cathal Burke. Cathal Burke goes back to Éanna Burke on the halfway line. Éanna Burke from under the stand, huge effort in towards the goal. Well caught, well taken out there by Éanna Murphy. Does well because big Evan Brady was backing in on him. Cathal too, he goes hand pass again after Éanna Murphy. They might be as well after moving a bit faster out the field. Long high ball down on Gardner. Super catch by Fintan Burke. Excellent catch by the full back for St. Thomas's, and that's why they're delighted to have him back. Gets the pass off there to Éanna Burke. He ends up on the ground and Fintan wins the free coming out. Super catch. Thomas still lead by 2, 17-15.
Just that little bit of dilly-dallying with Tommy Larkins having to send it really, really long, and you're hitting it down the throat of Fintan Burke, who has a fantastic hand, and he'll eat them up all day. But yeah, look, Tommy Larkins need to probably just get those few scores themselves. I think a lot of the scores that they got earlier on in the game probably came from mistakes from St. Thomas's that they kind of punished. They really need to get the ball more accurately into the inside line to Conor Slattery and Conor Gardner.
Ben Shield comes in for Darren Duggan. They also didn't get level significantly, Andy, or didn't go ahead either.
No, and that's the key thing for me. They're doing very well. They've turned an 8-point deficit around there at half time.
And it's still very much anyone's game.
Still right there, but they still need to they still have to do it at the end of the day.
Jared Kelly, huge free, is going to drop in around the house. Up they go for it. The ball is taken out by Keane Daniels. Showed authority under that ball, took it to the ground and wins it then. Now gets it off to Ronan Murphy. Will Ronan Murphy move it faster? 1-2 back to Keane Daniels. Keane Daniels on the ball again. He's going into 2 tackles, wins the free. I know they probably had they enough off top. They had 2 in there. Was it enough maybe to move the ball a bit quicker? But there's method in their play, in fairness.
There is, but at the same time, if that ball was turned over and they didn't get awarded the free, which was, it wasn't the worst looking free, at the same time it could have gone the other way. So their decision to carry that ball a little bit longer than they are is a little bit scary at times if you were Tommy Larkins' manager.
Éanna Murphy comes out to take the free again. Kevin McHugh looks down the field to Sarah, let him off, he's going well. 17-15, 5 frees he has converted. Éanna Murphy, the goalkeeper.
A tricky free shot. He's striking towards the right hand side this time with the breeze kind of coming down the middle side. Interesting. Inside
his own 65-metre line, striking it as well. That breeze probably tailing, would it be to the scoreboard side of the field? Strikes it certainly has the height. Does it have the accuracy this time? No, you predicted it, Andy.
Yeah, just that little bit trick or two from this side of the field. 3 wide from Larkins.
Yeah, Larkins are trying to suggest that maybe it was over, but it's not been given. 17-15 is the score. Thomas's lead. We played 21 minutes of the second half. That's 51 minutes of the quarter-final. Don't forget, next up at 4 o'clock is the big clash between Clarenbridge and Loughrea in the next of the quarter-finals, as Larkins do well to win that puck out. Dispossessed though by David Burke, who does awful well to win it again. Owen Devon ends up on the deck. No frees to the referee as Ronan Murphy comes back to tidy it up again in this half-back line. Ronan Murphy is on the ball, playing almost now in the wing-back position. Strikes it upfield. He's going to ask Ben Shield to try and get onto this ball. Evan Duggan though was always the winner of that race. Gets the pass out then to Shane Cooney. St. Thomas is so experienced. They've been down this road so many times. 8 Galway County Championships to their credit as they work the ball upfield methodically. Victor Manzo goes back to the shooter, who is Éanna Burke. Éanna Burke from the halfway line. Éanna Burke striking in towards the goal. The umpire looks up. What a point by Éanna Burke. A magnificent point by Éanna Burke. He stayed in that pocket between the left half forward position, the left half back position, and he's had a few sighters. That's gone over the bar. 18-15.
That same pocket, Sean, was inside his own 65 and he connected with that ball. That was a super score into the breeze. That was a super score.
18 points to 15. Thomas have now put 3 points between them. What is the answer, or what will Tommy Larkins come with? They last appeared in the Galway Senior County Championship semi-final in 1982. Jason Flynn is putting pressure on Keane Mahoney coming out, but illegals deemed the referee is going to be a free out.
Yes, Tommy Larkins probably could do a couple of scores now. They've relied heavily on Éanna now in the second half. They need to get the few scores in play to keep the pressure on St. Thomas's, who possibly might have weathered a bit of a storm here, a little one as well, to kind of stay ahead heading towards the last 10 minutes of the game now, depending on what injury time is going to be added on.
Well, it's interesting. They had 6 points on the board at half time. They're 15 points now, but of that tallying the second half, 4 of them have been frees, as you said. So, still anyone's game. There's at least 10 minutes left in the game. We played 23, but there'll be at least 2 or 3 additional time. Jared Kelly with the free downfield, breaks nicely into the path of Conor Cooney. Well blocked down though by, in this instance it was Conor Nevin. The ball is worked again by Tommy Larkins. Keane Daniels is on and wins the free. We're going to go back for the advantage, I think. We're going to go back to the free, I should say. He tried to play the advantage, in fairness, Conor Quinlan. It's going to be a free downfield for Tommy Larkins. And as you say, Aidan Murphy's frees have become the main
source of scores for Tommy Larkins. Yeah, they still haven't kind of managed to click Conor Slattery into gear. He hasn't scored since the first half. Probably looking for a better return off Conor Gardner as well too. And Jason has got his few scores, but they still need them to keep coming.
Larkins are 10 minutes without a score, which is a significant period in the game where you're chasing it, and yet there's still only 3 points in it. 18 points to 15. 6 minutes of normal time left in the contest as the goalkeeper again stands over another free. This one on his own 65 metre line. The skies are darkening in Kenny Park and Athenry. We don't want rain. We have a fair old breeze, and it's behind Aidan Murphy as he begins his prep to take this free on his own 65 metre line. His team trailed by 3. This one goes high and this one goes over the bar. His 6th point of the day. Some return from the goalkeeper, in fairness. 18 points to 16.
It just shows you, Sean, the value of that free taker, especially in the long distance ones. Is traditionally was always your half back or your centre back, but it's a great outlet to have.
Darren Frahat has gone into a pocket of space. How is he getting into the space again? We're getting ready for the puck out, and now he will join the run towards where the puck out lands. Keane Daniels is under the ball. Hits the deck. Victor Manza does well to knock it into his space, and Victor Manza is away, showing that pace again, but this time he puts it to the wrong side of the post, and we did everything right, in fairness.
Did well to break it, come away from the break and use his pace very, very well to get that space, but
he's having a big year, Victor Manza.
Big year, good player, great player, great, very, very skillful, but very, very quick.
18 points to 16 for Aidan Murphy. Goes long with this puck out. Jason Flynn is in around the house there. The ball breaks, but Cathal Burke is back to tidy it up. Goes fixed away from him initially, but he goes back and gets it at the second attempt. Gets it out to Aidan. Look where Aidan Burke is. Back, you could say, nearly in his own half back line. Gets it up the field, comes out of the hand there of Damien Finnerty. Will be a line ball for Tommy Larkins. A 2-point ball game. They're in the Junior C final. They're in the Junior B county final. They've won an under-16 title as well. Tommy Larkins are on a roll right now, but the one they really want, I think, is maybe to be in the last 4 of the Galway Senior Hurling Championship. 18 points, plays 16. St. Thomas's lead as Ronan Murphy is about to take the line ball in his own half of the field. Nearly halfway, well, not quite halfway, but between the 2 dugouts on the terrace side of the field here in Kenny Park and Athenry. Gets that ball in around the danger area. Keane Mahoney does enough to hold it up at the end line. Ball goes out at the expense of a 65. And I'm just saying that, sir, that our Sir Farrell's over there beside us, but Andy, every decision, every break of a ball, that ball goes out for a 65. Everything is crucial in this game now.
And from here on, Sean, for the next 5 minutes, tactics are completely out the window. It's man for man. It's hold your own area, and like you said, don't let any break happen.
Win the ball again.
Win the ball, exactly. You have to dog this out here at this point. It's there for either team now. If
who wants it?
Who wants it? It's big chance for Kevin McHugh now to put one between them, and from there either push on or have a good go at it.
Aidan Murphy is not coming up to take the 65, so the 65 is going to be taken by Kevin McHugh. It's getting dark here in Kenny Park. I don't think we have floodlights. Kevin McHugh, though, stands up to the challenge and puts it straight over the bar. Kevin McHugh puts it over the bar. 65 converted, Andy. We're back to 1 point.
65 there, considering Aidan Murphy was going so well. There was a lot of pressure on Kevin McHugh to nail that score.
18 points St. Thomas's, 17 points for Tommy Larkins. That, I think, ends the 10-minute scoreless spell or so that Larkins had for a period in the contest. That was ended just with the score before that. 1-2 back to the goalkeeper Jared Kelly. Jared Kelly looking upfield now, taking his time with the ball, controlling it, inviting Jason Flynn to come in on him, and then Jared Kelly drives it along and as hard up the field as he can. Evan Brady is out under, the ball breaks. Darren Farrell tries to get onto it. Back there though is Adrian Moran goes down on the ball, gets the ball into his hand as he pushed to the deck. He is the referee. A free downfield and a free for Tommy Larkins that they will take. I see Bernard Burke, one of the mainstays of the St. Thomas's success story, down on the line now, urging on his team. This is down to squeaky bum time, Andy.
It's not beyond the realms of possibility here if Aidan Murphy connects rightly with this, that it could sail. He's a long way back. He's well back inside his own 45, but well manageable.
28 minutes nearly played. Now he's a long way back, as you say. He's nearer his own 20-metre line than his own 45-metre line, but he's a huge breeze behind him. It's on its way. I'd say it's going to drop in around the house. 18 points to 17. It's Thomas is the lead by 2. The ball breaks. Back defending though well is Shane Cooney. And in Bork goes towards the in line instead of the 65. He puts out for the sideline.
He saved it. That could have been a big issue there. He did well to keep it out for the sideline.
And don't forget, we have winner on the day, Andy, so I will now mention the dreaded word of extra time.
Extra time, possibly, There's not really a lot between them, but St. Thomas's, you have to admire them, really have kept that gap in the second half.
Yeah, we didn't get the signal yet for the extra time. I think 2 minutes of normal time to be played yet. The line ball that Kevin McHugh has taken, he's nearly on the end line, taking it from the sideline, goes across the 20-metre line, in towards Ben Shee. The ball breaks, back to Adrian Moore and tries to bring it with him. Good defensive scrambling there by St. Thomas's, and Fintan Burke gets onto it. Fintan Burke ends up on the ground, no frees to the referee. He's under pressure, drops the ball initially but gets it the second time, gets the hand pass off to Adrian Moore, right back at the end line. He's driving the ball upfield, but it's taken again by the Tommy Larkins men. That's Conor Neville, gets the hand pass off well to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy wants to break the challenge. He's won the free. We're playing on. We're playing the advantage. Ronan Murphy has a free shot here. Ronan Murphy striking, and Ronan Murphy put it inside the post. What a score by Ronan Murphy, his third of the day. They finally got level with a minute of normal time left. 18-18, and
the right time of the game, Sean, to get level and try and get you right there at time. But Ronan Murphy knew he only had one thing in his mind. He obviously had the fall back at the advantage for the free, but he sailed it over the bar from the sideline. A super score.
Super score is right. 18 points for St. Thomas's. Been twice as they scored. 18 points for Tommy Larkins. 29 gone in the clock. Puck out down on top of the half-hour line of St. Thomas's. Who's onto this? The man that tried to get onto it is Conor Hanley, I should say. Very close to getting it into his hand initially. And it's won then by Keane Daniels, who's also won the free. Keane Daniels, 4 minutes of additional time. Gets it off to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy striking towards the goal. It goes wide, so we go back for the free. 4 minutes of additional time. The rain is beginning to threaten to come. 18 points to 18. They went level, was it for the first time in the game, on the 59th minute. They're now, Tommy's haven't led in this game yet, but as anyone would tell you, Andy, there's only one time to lead.
Kevin McHugh is taking it as well. Aidan Murphy was on his way out, but he did very, very well in his last one now, and his confidence is up, so big opportunity now for Tommy Larkins to step into the unknown for them and then get ahead.
30 minutes, 23 seconds gone on the clock of the Athenry Credit Union here in Tom Kenny's Park in Athenry. Kevin McHugh stands over the 65, a chance to put his team one ahead. We know that he's nailed it because he took a little bit of a step forward because he had struck it well. It's over the bar, and for the first time today, the men of Tommy Larkins lead the ball game. 19 points Tommy Larkins, 18 points Thomas's. Puck out down on top of Shane Cooney, who's moved to the wing forward position, and it's got it. Great catch by Shane Cooney. The hand pass goes to ground though. Jason Flynn goes in and does well to pick it up. Jason Flynn trying to lead his team, but the pass goes astray. Picked up by Darragh Burke. He shoots on side. Darragh Burke shooting it towards the goal. It's gone to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Jason very lucky there, Sean. Very, very sloppy with that possession there. He just wildly swung the hurl at it and it got nowhere. Very, very lucky that didn't go over the bar.
Aidan Murphy is taking his time with this puck out now. 19 points his team have on the board. 18 points St. Thomas's have on the board. As he pucks to the left half forward position, as well taken by Conor Slattery. He had a great first half. Conor Slattery gets away from his man as a shot in towards the goal. It won't have the accuracy, it goes wide. 19-18 St. Thomas's will come with something surely. 31 and a half minutes played in the ball game as Gerard Kelly with his puck out finds the man you want to find. That's Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney takes on a shot from the halfway line. Conor Cooney in towards the goal, doesn't have the legs, and Aidan Murphy, the goalkeeper, takes it down. Aidan Murphy goes out then to Owen Nevin. Owen Nevin goes inside with a pass to Cathal Toohey. Cathal Toohey is on the ball immediately. Aidan Burke, who was cornerback only a few minutes ago, clearing the ball, goes after him. He's Cathal Toohey is dispossessed. Aidan Burke goes in, he's lost as well. Darren Farrell is under pressure. You know what I'm trying to say in that instance. Again, a 50-50 ruck for possession. Darragh Burke nearly has it in his hand. Ball breaks back and it's won by McHugh. McHugh opens up to the left half forward position. Conor Garner overruns it though. Conor Slattery goes in and gets it initially. It needs to go down the ball, does Conor Slattery. Slattery has the ball, tries to offload the hand pass, but Cathal Burke did awful well to turn him over. Cathal Burke comes out. Cathal Burke gets it to the maestro that is David Burke. David Burke goes across his own half back line to Conor Cooney. Conor Cooney He's going to take it on from his own 65-metre line into the breeze. Conor Cooney, a huge shot, it goes wide. That's 3 shots that Thomas has taken on into a breeze, Andy.
Into a breeze, but Tommy Larkins are very, very lucky, Sean, and they're carrying that ball too much into traffic. Even in these dying moments, they have the breeze. Conor Gardner's in there, direct turn and get that ball and away, at least relieve the pressure for themselves.
I'd say there isn't a man, woman, child, or even dog in Tommy Larkins that heart has been tested. They lead by 1, 19 points to 18. Ian Murphy's puck out goes out over the sideline. Might be one of the best places to put it, inside the 45-metre line of the half being defended by St. Thomas's. 1 minute left of additional time, Andy, in the ball game. 19 points Tommy Larkins, Thomas is 18.
Still a minute to go. If Tommy Larkins can just break this ball, get it to ground from the line ball, it's in a good position from the puck out, in fairness. If they can do that and retain it, at least not give the opportunity, or at least worst case give away a soft free opportunity as well for Conor Cooney.
Fintan Burke takes the line ball. It's blocked off by Conor Slattery, who then puts it out over the sideline. And Conor Slattery, I think, picked up an injury maybe or something. He's feeling a little bit gingered to the last passage of play. And I think that Larkins want to make the substitution. A half minute of normal time left. Now, Andy, you're a half minute. Fintan Burke has taken the line ball inside his own 45-metre line. He's a long way to get downfield. He's a great line ball exponent, though. He needs to get this ball down to the other half of the field.
Thomas just need to keep their heads here now. If it breaks or if it's not one clean, they have to make sure they don't foul and give the opportunity.
You're playing the maestros in St. Thomas's. How many times have they got themselves out of tight positions? Conor Slattery goes off, and the man that's coming on wearing 13 jersey is Cian Duggan. Great line ball by Fintan Burke. Up and breaks at the half-hour line. Darren Farrell is on it. The ball is going across the ground. Cian Daniels goes in. Darren Burke goes down. He's down on his knees trying to get it up. I'd say the referee should blow the whistle because, well, anyway, Ian Burke come off, but it's going to be a throw-in ball. What is it, about 35 metres away from the Tommy Larkins goal? We have played 34 and a half minutes.
Thomas has
have it. Conor Cooney's inside. Hand pass inside. It's a goal scoring chance. It's a goal by Victor Manzo to rob the contest. Victor Manzo from the throw-in has got the goal, and Victor Manzo has hit the back of the net. Conor Gardner is on the ball. Victor Manzo has put his team 118 to 19 points up. Conor Gardner comes in along the wing forward position. He's fouled as the referee is at a free in. You could not believe it. The rub ball, it broke out to Conor Cooney. His hand pass out to Victor Manzo, who didn't take the point. He went for the goal. Larkins have to come with a goal of their own if they want to win it. And the ball is Ben Shield. Ben Shield has been held up. He's looking for the free. No freeze the referee. Ian Burke turns, gets it upfield. Thomas's, have they done enough? We played 35 minutes. St. Thomas's are into the county semi-final with a late goal by Victor Manzo. The Thomas's players are down, or the Tommy Larkins players are down on the ground, but St. Thomas's, I think it would put, you could say, have got out of jail.
Fully out of jail, Sean, but that's
what they do.
That's what they do. They're not going to win this game at the amount of miles on their clocks at this minute and this day. They won't win any game anymore by 10 points. They'll just do enough to survive. And when it came down the home straight, they were still left too close to get something out of the game. And sure enough, when that ball broke, Conor Cooney, again the old reliable, the carry, broke the tackles and laid it off. And
Victor Manzo, but like, to credit to Victor Manzo, he could have popped it over the bar to ensure
the easy option, but
the draw.
He nailed it.
Now, it was a throw-in ball. Where was it, about, say, 35, 36 metres away from goal? How did Tommy Larkins not have anyone back behind us to defend it?
Exactly, yeah. Close it out. Just stop it, avoid anybody getting their hands on it, stay standing on it, keep the ruck, keep everybody there at least. They'll surely regret that one. That was one, and especially when they got ahead, Sean, at the right time on 59 minutes, you surely thought they were going to push on.
Well, they will regret that, but credit to the men of St. Thomas's, who have put their name again into the hat of the Galway Senior Championship semi-finals. And you'd have to say that there is no doubt about the fact that at this stage that St. Thomas's are into the county semi-final. We've had drama all over the weekend. We had 2 late goals in the last games against yesterday evening with Sarsfields and then Craughwell. The other semi-final as well was a close enough affair for long stages between Turlockmore and Ordenmore, but this one, Andy, absolutely and utterly you couldn't write this. I know Niall Kahneman is down at pitch level. I think he has one of the backroom team of St. Thomas's with him. I think it could be Robbie Lane or whatever. Robbie Lane is down there with Niall Kahneman. We're just waiting to set up the interview here, but Andy, what a win.
Super win, and you really have to feel for Tommy Larkins. I mean, as we've well documented, it's that big step for them to take. They were 8 down at half time. Sean did super to get back, but they still couldn't get ahead, couldn't get level. And as we said earlier,
it took them so long. It was in injury time before they went ahead.
But because of the team they were playing and the experience they have, they were able to hang on, and they hung on just about at times. But when the chance came then at the very end, and they got that half sniff of the goal chance, they buried it and on they go.
Certainly is, as Niall has, I think, Robbie laying down at pitch level there. It's 118 to 19 points. You have to say, though, it was an exhilarating finish to the game.
Oh, it's a super game. Like, you know, some of the scores that especially Éanna Murphy for to take that mantle on it from long range scores. Obviously, he had a good breeze behind him, but be able to nail those scores in the second half when they really needed them. He was such a main outlet for them. But I still think that they could have done with a little bit more from Conor Slattery in the second half, probably a little bit more from Conor Gardner in the second half. Jason got a couple of scores, but overall, that's the joys of the game, Sean. When it's a tight game there and they need to hang on, you need to make sure that you don't concede those goals, and you need to make sure that you see it out. And it's a huge regret for Tommy Larkins.
Oh, it is, but again, you have to give credit. I mean, the record, look at it, in the last 60, we said it at the start of the match, in the last 16 years, 8 county final appearances, they've won them all. 5 county semi-final appearances, 1 quarter-final, 2 preliminary quarter-finals. 2014 was the only time in that period between 10 and 25 that they weren't in the knockouts. They know how to get it done. They kept their belief. Interestingly, Éanna Burke's sighting so far away from goal and also back in defence, you know, they did things that got them out. He
conceded that line ball initially there just on full time, but for me, like, they were able to call on Cathal Burke. They were able to, you know, James Regan started today, he did his job. Damien Finnerty came in and got through a lot of ball in the middle of the field as well too when he came on, so he had a big impact. But no, look at their experience really showed out in the end.
It certainly is. We know that Niall is down at pitch level. Niall, we'll go to you down at pitch level. Yeah, I think they're just...
Yeah, you're very welcome back here to Kenny Park in Athenry, where I'm joined by the St Thomas's coach, Robbie Lane. First off, Robbie, late victory over Tommy Larkins, but you're in the county semi-final.
Yeah, Jesus, with time up there, you'd be kind of saying we're dead and buried, but this bunch of lads, sure, look at it's the same way all the time. They stay going. We even seen group games last year where they look dead and buried at times and out of the championship at times, and they just stay battling, and you can even see the work rate that they put in there just to even turn over the ball and the throw in. They were like defenders up front to try and win that ball back, and sure, then it breaks to Victor, and like, he'd no better man to be in the right place for it.
And the man who gave him the pass, of course, was Conor Cooney, the man who has led Thomas's for many years, the right man in the right place to give the ball off to Victor.
Oh yeah, sure, like another lad, you wouldn't know what he'd do, but Conor is all for the team. Like, if Conor sees someone that's in a better place, he's given the ball. It's all about every one of them up front, at the back. It's all about working together, giving the ball to the man in the best position. And like, I know in the first probably 10-15 minutes you could see an awful lot of that, and then Tommy Larkins kind of really came back into the game, and they brought huge work rate around the middle and just didn't allow us to probably impose ourselves using the ball as well as we would have liked to have. But like, that's massive credit to Tommy's, the work rate and the intensity that they brought, like, to bring it all the way there. And we were just saying there, like, there's probably a couple of the group games that we probably didn't get enough out of this year, and maybe like being off for a month, we were probably rusty in parts, and you could see at times we were brilliant and other times there's huge work to be done. Like,
you got great traction late in the first half. I think you got 4 points in injury time, gave you a nice buffer at half time, 14 points to 6.
Yeah, and like, I suppose even when we were warming up there, you would have kind of said, you know, the wind isn't too bad and kind of this and that, but like, I think it maybe even have picked up a little bit as the day has gone on, and like, you can see it probably was a 7 or 8 point swing. And then, like, I know you're going about four minutes for us, like, but Tommy's come out in and they nearly wiped the lead out in 4 minutes as well. Like,
they went ahead obviously late on. In a Burke's position in the second half, you played him deep. He had a major influence in that game.
Yeah, sure, you could play Éanna anywhere really. The switch was, we switched himself and David kind of got a role of just kind of going free himself, and we brought Éanna to the middle of the field. But you can see Éanna's cuteness and presence. Like, I know he was kind of supposed to be this side and he ended up out the far side and he got a point out the far side. Just his pure intelligence on the ball, and we've seen it sure so many times here with Thomas's, some of the scores he got and some of the assists he's been able to get. Sure, he can hurl in the phone box. Like,
they're back in the semi-final now once again. You have a few injuries as well. Conor Head went off early on. Damien McGlynn obviously carrying an injury as well. Is that a concern?
Yeah, it's a huge concern. Conor, like, both of the lads they've kind of pretty significant injuries that we're trying to be managing. Damien is doing everything the best he can to be ready for the games. You can see, he walked past us there, how sore and lame he is. So it's going to be big work to try and get them two boys right again. But look at you have Keane Mahoney coming in there. He's probably one of the best defenders in the country. He's gone away for the last couple of months, and after maybe first 10 minutes he was a little bit rusty, but once he got found his feet, he looks back to himself really.
Finally, you'll go back to training, obviously Tuesday or Wednesday night or whatever, but the junior A's will be training as well. They're back in the county final as well, so it'll create a lot, I suppose, for both teams now to be able to train together and get things ready for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, it's huge. Even when both teams, when the juniors qualified the last day after from the quarter-final to the semi-final, you just see the boost that you get in training. You're bringing 30 to 40 lads down training there every night. They're competing with each other to be playing in the 15-a-side games, never mind competing with each other to be starting in the teams here. So it brings huge competition, and competition always breeds just the pure want and hunger to be winning.
Well done today, Robbie. You got the late goal, you're in the county semi-final. The best of luck in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks a million.
Cheers. Thanks. Cheers. Thank you. So there you have Robbie Lane, the coach for the St. Thomas's team. They're in the county semi-final.